Hello and welcome to the Sheep's Garden. I'm Elizabeth and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Prym ergonomic crochet hooks which I recently purchased. This is the set with the 3.5 to 6 millimeter. They do another set which has larger crochet hooks, but this is the set that I got. But before I get into crochet hooks, I thought I'd just show what I've recently crocheted. This I did for the Crochet al Cal, which is the Chilean knit along for September, and I actually finished before September. Last year I didn't manage to finish my project before September. And this is a scrunchie by Tejiendo Cielos. There. You can do, there's different versions of the pattern where you do more wider here or thinner here, and then it's lots of these flowers on the outside. So I will, my hair isn't really thick enough to do such a big thing like this, although it looks quite pretty. I'll try and get a video. I was working on this with a Knit Pro, I think it's a Knit Pro crochet hook, a wooden one. This very skinny one, because it calls, the pattern calls for a 3 millimeter. I didn't have a 3 millimeter, I had this which was the 3.5. So I was crocheting with this and I was finding it very kind of difficult and tedious getting into the tiny little parts here, and it just was taking me a long time. And so I ordered online a 3 of the Prym ergonomic hooks because I wanted to see if this would be easier for knitting. And also because I wanted to see and try one before I bought the full set. So this is the 3 millimeter, which doesn't come in the set. And you can see it's a tiny little one there. And I found it was so much easier using this as opposed to this one. So I will lay out all my needles, my crochet hooks, so we can have a little look. I learned to crochet a couple of years ago, but I haven't really started till this year. And the main reason was because I injured my thumb at Christmas, and so I couldn't knit very well with it, with the pressure, and I found crocheting was a little bit easier. So I started with a Knit Pro crochet hook, which is what I had in the store, and you can see they're kind of fat there and thin there with the kind of silicone. And that's what I started with, and I quite liked that. But then when I was in Santiago, I had the chance to buy a tulip Etimo red crochet hook, and I found that was much nicer. Although I'm not too sure, I mean the part that's nice is the bit where you put your thumb, and actually at the time my thumb was completely bandaged, so I don't know how I thought this was nicer, but it could have been the actual style of the hooks that made it nicer. So then I passed this to my daughter because she started crocheting granny squares, and to replace it I needed something just for a short while, I thought. So I replaced it with this one, which is a kind of cheap one from our local store. It's their name brand, but it looks very similar to a lot of the crochet hooks you can buy on Amazon. So I quite liked it because it's kind of chunky, and that was nice. So the only problem I found with these crochet hooks was that as I was crocheting a lot, this bit kind of hit on my hand there, and I found that starting to bother me. So I was looking at some of the other crochet hooks that you can buy, the Addy and more longer hooks, and I thought maybe I should try one of those. Unfortunately, some of the Addy and some of those other ones are hard to get here in Chile. We don't have, and Amazon, you can pay again, the shipping and customs can be as much as the actual crochet hook. So then I heard someone talking about the Prym. So the Prym are longer. Let's see if we put them here. You can see how they are longer than the other crochet hooks. So I thought that might be worth trying. So that's the the reason I bought the Prym, because also they felt like they might feel nice too. So let's have a look at the actual boxed set that you get. So this is the box set. As I said, it comes from 3.5 up to 6.6 millimeters. And in this set, it comes with a kind of pistachio colored 6. I think if you buy the 6 millimeter separate, it comes as a kind of a black one, I think. So I'll take these, see if I can get these to come on out. And I think they feel really nice. I think they feel nice. I think the colors are really pretty, actually. I know some people think they're a bit too candy-like. So you can see, and they're kind of flat there with a slight curve. They're not completely round. It's not a completely round handle. There is a bit of a feeling here where the plastic is this bit of the plastic meets with the other plastic. There's a bit that you can feel there, but I don't think that would be a problem. And it feels nice. Here at the bottom is where it has the name Prym, and there it says 5 millimeters, or it says 5 point. So that has the sizing. The smaller sizes, it does feel a little bit delicate. There's a bit of, got a bit of flexibility in there. And I'm not sure if you're a really tight crocheter, whether there's a possibility of that snapping. I'm not sure. That might be the same with the wooden ones. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to buy wooden crochet hooks so small. I'm so scared, you sit on them or something happens and you'd easily break them. So that's why I've never worked with those much. But there is that kind of feeling that this is kind of delicate, and if you were very tight, you might snap that. I'm not sure. And I felt because I do actually, when I crochet, I do kind of hold it close. But I found that with this kind of wide bit, I was kind of trying to hold it back a bit further, and it kind of makes you feel like you're working a bit lighter, like not holding as tight, which was nice. Let's see, what else? But I love the hook. There is, you do kind of feel a bit of squeak, I think, with the acrylics. I've not tried my natural yarns, but the hook, I think, it's a different, I forget what they call it, but there's a different, the way they come out, the actual hook. Not sure if you can actually see that. Oh, it's not focusing. But this is flat with the actual crochet hook, whereas this one kind of catches a bit. But I've been finding it catches so nice. It just grabs the yarn so easily for me. So I really, really like that. However, the thing is, I am a spinner. I am not a crocheter. And I've only been crocheting for about a year. So I don't know if I'm the best person to give crochet advice on what is a good crochet hook or not. But I do like these. I like the length, the way they sit in my hands. And also, because I knitted before I crocheted, I think I tend to crochet by using the yarn. I tend to throw the yarn and wrap the yarn around the crochet hook, as opposed to hooking just the crochet hook, which I think is the more normal way to do it. I don't know, maybe there's no normal way of crocheting, but that's what I seem to find. So again, I may not be the best person to recommend crochet hooks, but I really like these, and I think they look really pretty. So I still have my little selection of these, the ones that I bought here locally, and my daughter will definitely get this one back because she wants to continue with her granny squares. And I have a variety of Knit Pro wooden ones which I've bought a long time ago for doing Tunisian knitting. And because I think when you get up to the bigger sizes, it doesn't matter as much because you're holding on to something big and chunky. So I think these will be fine. But I'm definitely happy with these replacing this little tiny one. I think also the problem with this is the hook it's not very pointy. It's quite blunt, the hook on this. So that might be the other reason why it was so difficult for me to crochet this. I hope this was a useful little look into the Prym's ergonomic crochet hooks. And as I said, I just think they're really nice, and I love the colors. I think they look so pretty. And now I'm going to have to make myself a little crochet holder. I have one which I made a couple years ago from my other crochet hooks, but now it feels like almost making something out of plastic, something see-through, so you can actually see the lovely colors. But we'll have to see what I can do. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope this was helpful. Ciao. Oh, no.